Hello, in this video, I'm going to talk about inventory and item sync. So here we have the online order page. Here we have the Clover inventory. So the way the online order or smart online order works is it takes the Clover inventory and it places on your order online page. As you can see here, it's placed here. So when you make changes with your inventory items, because as you can see here, there's items, categories, modifier groups, labels, and a few other setup items. The one we're focusing on is items, this one here. So I have almond cookie at $6.99. Okay, $6.99 is for the almond cookie. And I have Americano for $1.99. So these are all my inventory items. Whenever you change these prices, they don't automatically change on the website. So what you have to do is enable item auto sync. I'm going to show you how to do that. So what you do is you log into the back end of your order online page. So what is the back end of your order online page? The back end is where you make changes. So once you log into the back end of your order online page, you'll see Clover orders, settings, store interface, items, images, description, and a few other features and settings. The one you want to go to is under import sync inventory. And what you're going to find out here is something called enable item sync. I had already had it enabled, but in your case, yours may not be enabled. So take the moment to enable it to allow instant inventory item sync. I went ahead and enabled it. So as you can see here, it says item auto sync. So make sure to keep that in mind because it does not say uh, inventory item sync because there's a clear difference. When it says item, this indicates it only syncs the items because as of this video, Clover doesn't have a way to automatically sync the modifiers or the categories. So it only syncs item changes. So what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is if you change the modifier prices, for example, if I go to modifier and I change these prices, this will not change automatically. Only these things change, okay? Only items and item prices and item names. So if you change the name, it'll change. If you change the price, it'll change. But if you change the modifier for the item, this will not change. So you're probably asking the question, well, that works great, but how do I change the modifier price? Well, that's a very good question. I'm going to show you how to change the modifier price. Let's suppose you change the cup size to $3 for the 12 ounce. All you do is you go on the back end and you just press update modifiers. Simple as that. Again, you have to manually update the modifier price from the back end. Not when I say manually update it, I'm meaning manually sync it. So you press update modifiers to manually sync the modifier price. Same thing with categories. And even if you have item sync enabled, you are more than welcome to do this in case you did the sync at a time where everything hasn't fully synced. So my recommendation is after you enable this, do a one-time manual sync as well, just to kind of be on the same page, just to make sure everything is correctly updated. And then after that, you can rely on the item auto sync to keep syncing it for you in the future, okay? Again, keep this in mind because this is where a lot of confusion happens is this wording says item auto sync, not inventory auto sync. So it's only the item prices, okay? And you can press see details to see what things have changed over time. And remember, if you change your taxes, order types, other things, you have to press these buttons, okay? And if you are doing an enable item auto sync, and before you have done this, you had already deleted a bunch of items, make sure to do a clean inventory first, okay? So let's say you deleted about 50 items from your inventory and it's still showing on the website. Let's say you deleted all of these items and you're wondering why is it still on the website because you did a item auto sync. Well, when you first do it, you may have to also do a clean first, okay? So press clean and then press next or you can clean this one too as well. But the one we're talking about in this video is items. So press next until you get to items, and then press start. Keep in mind, when you do a clean inventory, what happens, it checks with your Clover to see any items mismatch, and it will clean it out for you. When I say clean, it means it removes it from showing on the order online page. In other words, it removes it from showing it here. It has no effect on your inventory here. It just matches them up. So if it sees that coconut, if it sees that this item, let's say you had removed Americano and it still shows on the website Americano, clean inventory will double check that, cross reference, and remove it from the order online page, okay? So clean inventory is useful, and don't hesitate using it because it's there, but it's very rarely used because most merchants do not really delete items from the Clover. But if you do and you still see it, rely on clean inventory to take care of that. All right. So again, make sure when you do a clean inventory, be patient because it could take up to 5 minutes because depending on how many items you have. So if you have 1,000 items, that means it could take a good 5 minutes, right? So it's checking. Once it does that, it'll say it's finished. You press done and refresh the page and just make sure everything matches up. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great day.